Good morning, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am.
Yes, good morning, everyone. Okay, so today, last class we have done about the minerals. Yes, mineralogy we have studied. So today I will be going to your second unit, that is your petrology. Okay, that is the study of rocks. Actually, I forgot to make the slides. So today I will be discussing, and also I will be showing you some important related videos with that topic. Okay. So first of all, petrology, already I told you that is it is the study of rocks. Okay. So this petrology, this rocks, it is like divided. Okay. Tame Ajad can't hear anything. Uh, Tame Ajad, I don't know why you are not able to hear. Others are hearing. You can rejoin again. Okay, so this rocks, like the study of rocks, it is being divided into three categories. Okay, I hope this one everyone knows by the names and all. This igneous rocks, okay, then your sedimentary rocks, and then your metamorphic rocks. So three types of rocks are there: igneous, sedimentary, and metamorphic. So we have to study each one of them separately. Okay. So first we will study about your igneous rocks. Okay. So what igneous rock is? So anybody, can you tell me what is igneous rock? You have studied like in your class school days, I guess. You have learned there. So can you somebody tell me what do you mean by igneous rock? Yes. Any idea? Okay, no problem. So this igneous rock, like it is forming from, like magma and what? Okay, Jambe. Jambe has given form through solidification of magma. Yes, very good. So this is like this igneous rocks. It is, like it is forming from the magma, or you can say lava. Okay. So where this the like the molten material, okay, the molten material that is like occurring below the earth surface, it is what it is known as. It is known as your magma. Okay. So this magma, when it comes to the earth surface, it becomes lava. Okay. So when this lava, it cools down, okay, and when it solidifies, so that becomes your igneous rock. Okay. So this is the the igneous rock. It is like the hot molten material. What the process of the molten material that is like forming from the cooling and crystallization process, it is known as your igneous rocks. Okay. So since there is no slide, so I will be showing you one video. Okay. First, I will show you one video related to this. First, you should know like how this, what is igneous rock. After that only we can proceed. Okay.
Igneous rocks. Objective. To learn about igneous rocks, their types, and formation. The Earth's crust is made up of different types of rocks. The rocks which make up the maximum volume of the Earth's crust are called igneous rocks. The word igneous has been derived from the Latin word ignis, which means fire. These rocks are associated with volcanic eruptions. Let's study more about igneous rocks and how they are formed. The liquid rock matter that we see coming out from volcanoes is called magma. It is made of melted minerals. When this magma reaches the Earth's surface, it is known as lava. The cooling and the solidification of lava at the Earth's surface result in the formation of extrusive igneous rocks, which are also known as volcanic rocks. Due to rapid cooling, their crystals are fine-grained. However, some of the magma can't come out and settles inside the surface. The magma cools slowly beneath the Earth's surface as it is completely surrounded by the soil and rock present there. The cooling and the solidification of magma at a depth within the Earth's crust result in the formation of rocks having large crystals known as intrusive igneous rocks. So we have learned that igneous rocks are of two types: extrusive igneous rocks and intrusive igneous rocks. It is interesting to know that igneous rocks were the first to be formed and are also known as primary rocks. Pumice and obsidian are extrusive igneous rocks. Pumice is used in making lightweight concrete, and obsidian is used in ornaments. Granite and diorite are intrusive igneous rocks. Both are used as building material. To summarize, igneous rocks are of two types: extrusive igneous rocks and intrusive igneous rocks. The cooling and the solidification of lava at the Earth's surface result in the formation of extrusive igneous rocks. They are also known as volcanic rocks. The cooling and the solidification of magma at a depth within the Earth's crust result in the formation of intrusive igneous rocks.
Okay, so you have seen the video, so it's very nicely explained there. So you have seen how the this igneous rock, it is being formed from the molten material, that is magma, and when this magma, it reaches the surface of the earth, that is known as a lava, and when the lava, it cools down and solidifies, so this is the formation of your igneous rock. Okay, and again, igneous rock, it is of your two types, that is your extrusive, okay, that is happening, forming at the surface of the earth, and one is your intrusive, that is forming at the below the earth surface. Okay, so this extrusive rocks, okay, one of the example of extrusive rock is your volcanic rocks. Okay, so volcanic rocks are like those rocks which are formed on the surface of the earth. Okay, like by cooling and crystallization of lava, when it is happening in the surface of the earth, so that is known as your volcanic rocks. Okay, and the second one that is known as your intrusive rocks. Okay, so the in intrusive rocks also we have like two types of rocks. We have an intrusive type, that is your one is your plutonic rocks and the other one is your hyperbyzal rocks. Okay, you don't worry about the notes. I will be sharing it today. Okay, so you can see the spellings and all everything in the notes. Okay. So, in the intrusive rock part, we have two types. I just now told that one is your plutonic and the other one is your hyperbyzal rock. Okay. So, this plutonic rocks, it is generally like forming between like 7 to 10 kilometer below the surface of the earth. Okay. And this is like its formation is very slow. Okay, the rate of cooling is very slow, like below the earth's surface. And these the rocks forming the resulting from this magmas are coarse grained. Okay, these plutonic rocks, they are they have coarse grained. And what about like hyperbasal rocks? So these are formed generally like you can say up to 2 kilometer below the surface of the earth, and also they like exhibits the both the characteristics of both plutonic and your volcanic rocks. Okay, so different examples also they have shown now, like granites, then cyanides, all these examples they have shown where it is used as your building materials also. It is used, some of them are used like in ornaments. Okay, so that is all about your like what do you mean by igneous rocks and what are the types of your igneous rocks. Okay, so next is your like we have different chemical sorry different compositions of these igneous rocks. Okay, so we have chemical compositions also, we have your mineralogical compositions also. Okay, so in chemical compositions, like we have silica. Okay, alumina we have, then iron oxide we have. So all these chemical compositions we have in different percentage of your uh, these chemicals. Okay, so like there will be one table I will give while giving the notes, you will see. So if you see the table, you can see that silica, it is like it is more dominant in dominant constituent of the igneous rocks. Okay, and about mineralogical composition also, there are different minerals present in the igneous rocks. Okay, so like we have feldspar, we have pyroxene. Okay, we have quartz, we have biotite. So different types of like chemical composition and mineralogical composition, there will be certain names, you have to remember that. Okay, so next we will come to, just wait. Okay, next we will be coming to the texture of igneous rock. Okay, how is the texture? It is determined by like for minerals also we have studied, right? So the texture, it is determined by, you can say, the shape, size, and the arrangement of the constituents within the rock. Okay, so there will be different sizes, different shapes, different arrangements of the constituents within the rock. So like there are different factors explaining the texture. So what are those, we will see in this video. So this video is not a like explanatory video. Okay, there will be only some slides showing here and I will be telling you the details. Okay, you can see these are all the textures. Okay, these are textures of different rocks. Okay, so what it is written here, what is texture? It is the mutual relationship of different mineralogical constituents in a rock. And how it is determined? It is determined by the size, shape, and arrangement of like within the rock. Okay, so these are generally the size, shape, and arrangement of the constituent, that is the relationship of different mineralogical constituents. Okay. Okay, so like just now I told that there are, okay, there are different this one textures of factors, that is explains the textures of this one igneous rock. So what is the first this one factor, that is your degree of crystallization. Okay, so generally what happens in an igneous rock, all the constituent minerals, okay, they that is present in the igneous rock, okay, they are easily recognized by, you can say, by your naked eye. Okay, and there are different textures due to what, crystallization. So what are the different types of this one textures in due to crystallization is that, number one is your holocrystalline. Okay, what is holocrystalline? Like when all the constituent minerals are distinctly crystallized. Okay, that is, it will be composed of only crystals. Okay, they are all the constituents minerals are will be distinctly crystallized. Then number two is your this hypocrystalline. Okay, hypocrystalline is it will be containing your both glass and crystals. Okay, and number three is your holohyaline, that is when the constituents, it will be like very fine in size. Okay, and also it will be like in glassy, it look like glassy. Okay, or it will be also in non crystalline in nature. Okay, so that is, these three are the degree of crystallization. Okay, you can see in the pictures, you can see like different textures are there. One is your holocrystalline texture that is showing, and the other one is holohyaline texture, that's looking like a glass and like a crystal. Okay, now coming to the next factor, that is your granularity. Okay, so what is granularity? You can say that it will define the grain size of the various components of a rock. Okay, so it will mainly tell you the grain size. Okay, according to grain size, also there are different types, like you can see here. Number one is your coarse grain, then it is medium grain, and then fine grain. Okay, so you see here what is coarse grain. Okay, so coarse grain, you can see that when the average grain size, it is above 5 millimeter. Okay, so the mineral or the constituent mineral, you can easily identify with your naked eye. Okay, so that is your coarse grain granularity. Okay, and then comes your medium grain, that is your, when the average grain size, it will lie between 5 millimeter and 1 millimeter. Okay, and sometimes, to see this medium grained granularity, like this magnifying glass, sometimes it becomes necessary to use. Okay, so this is your medium grained. And the next one is your like fine grain, that is when the average grain size, it is less than 1 millimeter. So but this is known as your fine grained granularity. Okay, and this fine grain granularity, like fine grained igneous rock, no, you have to see that rock only, you can see the like texture with only the help of a microscope. Okay, uh, it can be see with your like naked eye. Okay. Okay, So next factor, that is it is your like fabric. Okay, so what is a fabric? Like you can see here, this is a combination and of degree of crystallization and granularity. So if you this it is like it a combination of like just now degree of crystallization and granularity. So it is both. Okay, then shape or form of crystals are seen under microscope. So under microscope only you can see the shape or form of a like the fabric of a this igneous rock. Okay, so there are some like examples like this is given here: euhedral, subhedral, and anhedral. Okay, so first of all, this you can see some pictures are also given here. Okay, so these three are the you can say the factors that are like for the formation, or sorry, factors for the texture of a this one this igneous rock. Okay, the factors that explains the different types of textures that explains the texture of a igneous rock. Okay, the degree of crystallization, we have holocrystalline and holohyaline, and one is your microcrystalline. Okay, so these three. Then granularity, we have coarse grain, medium grain, and fine grain. Then fabric also we have three types. That is your one is your pendidiomorphic. Okay, that is where the majority components they are in different like in a fully developed shape. And then we have like hypidiomorphic, that is the rock will contain crystal. Okay, examples are given there: euhedral and hedral. And the last one is your like allotriomorphic, that is when most of the crystals it will be of your irregular shape. So just by watching the photographs you can see that these are different fabrics. The next one, types of textures. Okay, we will be talking about types of textures. Okay, so like after you have the like knowing the different various factors that define the texture types, so now we will be understanding the important textures as exhibited by the igneous rock. Okay, so there are like five categories for your types of textures. So number one is your equigranular texture, then is your inequigranular texture. Number three is your directive texture. Number four is your intergrowth texture. And number five is your intergranular texture. Now let us see what each of them is. Okay, so this is first is your equigranular texture. So what is equigranular texture? Here, all those textures like in which the majority of the constituent crystals of a rock they are like equal in size. Okay, when the majority of the crystals are equal in size, so they are known as your equigranular texture. Okay, and in igneous rock these textures are like shown by granites and felsites. Okay, so in you remember first one is your like equigranular, here the majority of the crystals are equal in size. Then in igneous rock this type of textures are shown by granites and felsites. Okay, and so they are together known as your like it is termed as granitic and felsitic texture. Okay, granitic and felsitic texture. So in the granitic texture, okay, the constituents they are either all coarse grained or all medium grained. Okay, in the granitic texture the constituents are all coarse grained or all medium grained, okay, and the crystals show euhedral to subhedral outlines. So that euhedral to subhedral, it is the fabric of your this igneous rocks, okay. Just now we have discussed about that one. So next is your okay. Next is about one granitic is what? Granitic will be either all coarse grain or all medium grain. And the next one that shows the like felsitic texture is your like here in the felsitic texture the rock is what? The rock is microgranular. Okay, and the grains like it is the microscopic crystals. Okay, so the grains since the grains are like most of it is microscopic crystals, so they will show your perfect outlines. Okay, they will show very perfect outlines it will show. And these felsitic textures it may be described by or it may be described as equigranular and pendiomorphic. Okay, and last one within your equigranular texture, last one is your orthopyric texture. So it is like another type of your equigranular texture in which the granitic and felsitic textures are there. Okay, so it will show both granitic and felsitic. Okay, so that is known as your orthopyric texture. And here the individual grains are fine in size, but they are not microgranular. That is, they are not required to see under a microscope. Okay, next one. This is a granitic. It's a picture of a felsitic rock, igneous rock. Okay, so next number one we have discussed, that is your equigranular texture. So next is your inequigranular texture. So from the name itself you can see it is just the opposite of your equigranular texture. Okay, so here these igneous rocks like where the majority of the constituent minerals they show a difference in their grain size. Okay, so they are grouped as inequigranular texture. Okay, so what are some of the examples of in equigranular texture? That is your porphyritic and poikitic texture. Okay, porphyritic and poikitic textures are the examples of your in equigranular texture. Next you see they are showing the textures of your this porphyritic and poikitic. Okay, so this porphyritic texture like it is caused by some of the factors. Okay, so the what are the factors? These are like the if there is difference in molecular concentration and in change in physiochemical conditions and relative insolubility. Okay, so all these things you will be getting in the notes that I will be sharing to you. Okay, in details it will be there. Then your examples of your porphyritic texture is rhyolite and ballast, and there are many. Okay. Then poikitic texture, you can see it is characterized, by the with the presence of very fine grained crystals within the body. Okay, and in other words, if you want to say that it is just the reverse of your porphyritic texture, just it is granular and inequigranular are just the reverse. So same thing, poikitic and porphyritic are just two reverse things. Okay. Okay, so here comes the next one. The next means the third number of texture, the third type of texture, that is your directive texture. Okay, so like directive texture, it is indicate the flow of magma during the rock formation. So those textures that indicate the result of flow of magma, like during the formation of rocks, it is known as your directive texture. And also these textures, these directive textures, they exhibit very perfect or semi perfect parallelism of crystals. So the crystals are in parallel form. Okay, next is your, what are the examples of directive textures? They are your trachytic and trachytoid. So these are the textures of your directive texture. Then, okay, next one is your intergrowth texture. Okay, intergrowth texture, when the formation of your, during the formation of your igneous rocks. Okay, the meeting will end in 5 minutes. Okay, okay. Okay, so during the formation of the igneous rocks, like sometimes what happens, two or more minerals, they may crystallize out simultaneously in a limited space. Okay, and this due to, and so the this okay, so since they are simultaneously crystallized, so what happens, the crystals, they mix, okay, and they intergrow. So that is known as your intergrown texture. And the examples are like graphite, graphic, and granophyric. Okay, so the names are a bit difficult to remember, I know, for you all, but like if you can remember, then that is very good. Okay, the next one is your, next means the last one. Okay, the last texture, it is your intergranular texture. Okay, so this is one your intergrowth texture picture. Last one, it is your intergranular texture. Okay, so what it is, so like in like certain igneous rock crystals, so there you can get to see that there is polygonal or trigonal spaces are only left in that crystal. Okay, so these spaces, they may be filled up by crystalline or glassy masses. So again, that is known as your intergranular. That means when they get arranged, only your polygonal or trigonal spaces are only left between them. Okay, so polygonal also, trigonal also, only that kind of spaces are left in between them. And these spaces, they get filled subsequently during the like process of rock formation by this crystalline and glassy masses. Okay, so that is your intergranular texture. So these five are the textures of your types of texture. So today what we have learned. Number one is your, like we have learned what is igneous rock. Okay, how it is like formed. Then what are the types of igneous rocks, that is your intrusive and extrusive. Then within intrusive, that is within extrusive rocks, there is your volcanic rocks. Yes, then within intrusive, there is one is your plutonic rocks and the other one is hypabyzal rocks. Then we have learned about the composition of your igneous rock. We have chemical composition, again we have mineralogical composition. Okay, then we have learned about what is the texture of a igneous rock. What do you mean by texture of a igneous rock? Then what are the factors that explains the texture of a igneous rock, that is your degree of crystallization, granularity. Okay, and number three is what, this is your fabric. Okay, then last we have learned about the types of texture, that is we have five types of textures: equigranular, inequigranular, directive, intergrowth, and intergranular texture. Okay, so up to here we have studied for today. The next class we will be going to the different types or structures of igneous rock we will learn. Then we will learn some forms of igneous rocks. Okay, then this structures and forms only we will learn. And oh yes, then classification of igneous rocks will be there. Okay, like mineralogical and chemical classifications we have to learn in some broad. Okay, so after studying that, we will be ending with our this igneous rock. Okay, then we will go to our sedimentary and our metamorphic. Okay, so I get only one class, so it's difficult to finish it up quickly. Okay, no problem, I will do it. Okay, then CR, you give me the attendance in the group. Okay, with the geology group we have, you take the attendance from your friends and you give it to my WhatsApp group. Okay. Okay then.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you everyone.